Spanking her off a red line. Yeah, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, back at you with another Forza 6 video. In this one, we have another request from Mr. Zach McMurray, and he wants to see a MK3 or an MK4 front-wheel drive golf build. So I don't believe we have any Volkswagen, don't think we have any Volkswagen builds, maybe a Corrado if I'm not mistaken, but no golf. So what we're gonna do is jump right into this and see if we can't find some options for an MK3 and MK4. Now I believe this is an 03, so that would be the MK4, and the 1998 I believe is gonna be our MK3. Now there's a couple more options, MK2s. What else we got up in this batch? What I'm thinking, I've always been a fan of these VR6s. The MK3 looks like a perfect choice for me. So what we're gonna do first and foremost, obviously, is pick a color selection, and I like to just scroll through some of these sometimes, see what other people have made. This always a classic. When I first seen this color scheme, I didn't know what the hell was going on, but that is actually a Volkswagen specialty color from my understanding. And let's see, we got a little bit of sticker bombing, very cool once again with the different colored paints, panels. What I'm thinking is we're gonna go ahead, and I really do actually like the yellow paint. I'm really a fan of that stock yellow paint job. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and buy this up, and let's get to modding. So if you guys are new to the channel, which some of you may be, I just want to say welcome. If you guys enjoy the video at any point in time, don't forget to click that subscribe button. If you guys are already previous subscribers, you guys know what's up, man. We're about to jump right into this, jump into the upgrade shop, and I like to work my way from the right to the left, get our conversions out of the way. First and foremost, engine swap, always been a fan of the VR6, so I'm thinking we're going to leave that in there. A 2.6 liter, I'm going to assume that's an RB, twin turbo, 1.6 rally, or the 3 liter V8. Not sure what that's going to be out of, but like I say, big VR6 fan, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the VR6 engine in there. Now, drivetrain, wanted it to be a front wheel drive drift build, so we're going to go ahead and try it, but in the end we may end up going with either a all-wheel drive or a rear wheel drive setup, just to get those drifts actually, you know, precise and accurate. And aspiration, I'm thinking we're going to have to throw a turbo on here. You guys know me, like the superchargers because of the nice smooth torque curve, but hey, we got to do a turbo on this VR6, so let's go ahead and install that up. Now let's check out some of our bumper options. Just a little bit of a Forza splitter. I'm thinking we're gonna go ahead and install that. That's looking pretty fresh there. Let's see what we got for wings. Some Forza ugly ass wing happening there, or the, looks like just the little lip is missing. We're gonna leave the lip on there. I'm kind of liking the way that it looks. And of course, tires, we're gonna go ahead and put a race tire compound on this biatch, just because I want it to be able to grip, because aside from drifting, I'm hoping to be able to race with this car a little bit. In the end, we're gonna go ahead and leave our tire width the way that it is, and let's go ahead and check out some wheels. Now I just like this section of the wheels here, the specialized rim style, so we're gonna start here. First and foremost, let's see if we can get something with a nice little lip here. Love these classics. I think I use those a little too much, though. We're going to go ahead and continue on. Now, for the time, I believe this is a 98. These wheels would have been appropriate, but today, oh, I'm liking these. Look like a Porsche replica, so we're going to go with these Brabus wheels and see if we can beef up the wheel size. What do you guys think? 16, 17? I'm thinking we're going to do a 17 on this biatch. Let's see, front and back, that's looking fresh. We need to lower this thing, but before we do, we're going to take care of our clutch for sure. Obviously, we're going to put on the street transmission just so we can adjust those gears, and we're going to put on a differential just so we can get those wheels spinning, man. So next up, we are going to jump into the brake section. install that big brake kit. As you can see, painted calipers, looking fresh, and we are going to go ahead and slam this bitch to the ground. Now this thing is looking absolutely mint. Let's check out, what do you guys think? If we're going to do some drifting, I'm thinking that we're going to have to put on some anti-roll bars front and back. And let's take a little bit of the weight out of this. I'm thinking not completely. I want to still have a little bit of weight in there that we can throw around, but we're going to take out just the sport weight reduction. And now let's check out our engine mod options. Obviously, you guys know we got to start out like every racer with an intake and exhaust. Now, this is not going to be a racer build, so don't worry. Not going to go ahead and butcher this one up. But as you guys know, that's been kind of a trending topic on the channel is those racer builds. So gotta show love where they're due. And let's see what we got here. So we did do the turbo build. I'm thinking we're gonna have to do a race intercooler as well. Not giving us a lot of performance points with that. And I'm thinking in the fuel system for sure. And let's go ahead and do the ignition system. And where are we sitting? About 638. Now normally I'd like to be at the top of my performance class, but for the sake of this being just a drift build, we're going to go ahead and leave it moderately conservative. I don't want to get too carried away, but I do want to be able to hear that nice VR6 with a little bit of boost. So next up, we are going to jump into the tuning section. Let's see what we got. Alignment, we are going to do a little bit of negative camber, more so on the front, and leave the back just a little bit. Anti-roll bars, we're going to leave them the way they are, but the springs, we are going to stiffen that up just to give us a nice rigid ride as we're out there. And what do you guys say? Ride height, I don't know about you, but I like my cars slammed, man. I don't like them riding too high up in the air. So let's go ahead and apply that up. And next up, let's go ahead and paint the car. And to be honest, this thing does not really need a whole lot. What I am thinking is maybe just the hood. Oh, those wheels, those wheels, they're just so sexy. Look at those wheels. Oh, the wheels are so, pardon me, having just a slight orgasm. Normally I would paint the hood black, but I really like the way that looks. Just a nice clean look. Now if this was my car personally, I would get some hood spacers just to lift the hood up off the front, or off the back where it meets the windshield just a little bit, give it a nice look and disperse some of that heat. But this is looking pretty good. I'm liking the way this build has turned out so far. Just nice, conservative, got the nice little splitter on there. Hopefully this thing rides as good as it looks. So with that being said, we're gonna back it up, and I'm gonna go to my own personal favorite track in the game, which is the test track. Just the open space really gives us an idea what this car is capable of without smashing it up too much. Chill. So let's see what this beast has. First and foremost, give a little bit of a rev walk around. Love the way it looks. Obviously you can hear that turbo with the little blow-off valve. Thing looks magnificent. I've always been a fan of these cars. Now I would own one, or I would have bought one. I was looking at one when I was looking to purchase my Altima, and to be honest, the only reason that I did not buy a Volkswagen is just because I heard they're a nightmare as far as electrical goes. Like once the electrical starts breaking down, it's just major issues and headaches and stuff like that. But aside from that, amazing cars, and the VR6 is no exception. Thing just absolutely rips. Even in its stock form. I had a buddy that owned a GTI just exactly like this. The thing used to rip, man. It used to kick some major ass. Well, this car was supposed to be a front-wheel drive drift, so what do you guys say we start doing a little bit of drifting? Throwing the weight around, very good. Liking it. Oh. Obviously, It just wants to pull that front end. It just wants to pull that front end wherever the hell you point it. I mean, it has a ton of grip. These tires, like, I wish you could put a compound, like like a race compound on the front, and maybe a street compound on the back, because right now we're getting a hell of a lot of grip from the back wheels. They just don't want to slide out, which is not surprising considering it is a front-wheel drive vehicle. Thing sounds like a fucking rocket ship, man. Yeah, it just, though there's so much grip, man. There's just so much grip, it doesn't want to oversteer. You know? I mean, it sounds great. We're getting a little bit of straight line action happening here. But as soon as you go to try to take a turn, and you can't get on the gas, you have to, when I'm thinking, alright, let's try something new here. Shift into third. Okay, yeah, no, that definitely did not work. So let's go ahead and restart this up. What do you guys say we get a little bit of a photograph happening here for our VR6? Now, this was supposed to be a front-wheel drive drift build, but to be honest, I'm thinking this thing is going to be better suited as a street warrior, just ripping through the turns and corners. Maybe get her online and see if we can do a little bit of racing. Messing up that paint again. Man, this track is insane. Dented her up once again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and restart this up one more time, just for shits and giggles. No editing needed for this one. Giving it to you the raw facts. See if we can get around this cone. Oh, maybe rear wheel drive drifting would be a little bit better. Or reverse drifting, I should say. Could almost use another gear in reverse, to be honest. Love the way this car sounds. Magnificent. Left-hand drive, surprisingly, so this must be a American or Canadian VR6. What do you guys say we get a little bit of a launch happening here? And put an end to this video. I'm just having a hell of a lot of fun. I'm going to have to take this thing out on the racetrack after this. Let's do a little bit of a lunge here, ladies and gentlemen. See what this beast has got. Oh, second gear. Probably would have helped for the wheel spin in second gear, but let's try it in first. Banking her off a red line. Surprisingly, not too much wheel spin considering it's a turbocharger that is maxed out. I'm liking the way this thing rides. Handles nice, looks nice. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments section. Braking off of the runway, a little bit tricky here. And as you guys saw, not too big of a drifter, but definitely looks like a badass car. So we are going to post up here in front of this giant ass airplane and put an end to this video. So once again, if you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to click that like button. If you guys want to see more, don't forget to click the subscribe button. And if you guys have any requests, let me know down in the comments section. We've been crazy busy, just requests flying off the handle. Some like duplicate requests, some that I haven't done, like this one particularly. So for sure, drop your requests and we'll make sure that we get to those ASAP. But with that being said, we are going to put an end to this video. I just want to say thank y'all mofos for watching, and we're going to catch y'all at the next one, man. Purr.